Let's start off our writing today with our May song. Ready? It is May, it is May, flowers bloom, flowers bloom. Time to plant your garden, time to plant your garden. Summer's soon, summer's soon. It is May, it is May, flowers bloom, flowers bloom. Time to plant your garden, time to plant your garden. Summer's soon, summer's soon. I love that. And then today I thought we would do a journal based on our story that we just read called The Listening Walk. Remember the story of the listening walk where the little girl is walking her puppy? Yes. And remember all the things she heard on her walk. I don't know how many we can remember, but I think we should just do what we might hear, or what you heard when you took your walk, or what I heard when I took my walk. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to the first blank page. Oh, let's read this page. Biscuit is muddy. Remember that cute story when he got in the mud to chase the ball? Biscuit's birthday. He had a little party. And he had a little treat with a candle. That's special. Mrs. Howerton wrote one about one of her favorite things. I like tacos. Guess what I forgot? I forgot my dots. I better get busy and put some dots down here. I like tacos. It just helps us when we're reading to stay focused on which word we're reading. I like tacos. And remember up here what we did is something called labeling. Here I labeled chicken, cheese, tomatoes, lettuce, and shell, the outside of the taco. So those are things you can do when you're writing. You can make a picture and then label it. That's always fun. Oh, on this day, remember we wrote, I like my flowers. I looked at my backyard, and there's my bird feeder, and that's some of the flowers I saw. And what else? And now we're ready for our next blank page. Oh, very good. All right, so here's our next blank page. And the way I thought it would be fun to do is if we first draw just our face. And what shape should we make our face? Kind of like a circle, right? And give ourselves a little nose, big smile, and some eyes, which we'll just make the circles now, and then we'll color them in whatever color our eyes are. Give ourselves some little ears, and then we'll cover it up with some hair probably, and probably a little neck. And now let's see, Mrs. Howerton has blue eyes, so I'm going to give myself some blue eyes in the middle here. There we go. And you have, if whatever color your eyes are, blue or brown or green, all beautiful colors for eyes. So put in your eyes and then give yourself your hair. Mrs. Howerton's hair, as you've seen before, is kind of like yellow. And it's also kind of like gray. I'm using the yellow, but it barely shows up. So I'm going to put a little tiny bit of black around it so you can see it a little better, okay? A little bit of black around my hair so you can see it, okay? But it's really very gray, you know, you've seen that too. So the way I want us to show what we heard is by, when you see writing in a comic book, if you've seen a comic book, they have something called speech bubbles. So over here on this blank page over here, I'll draw a picture. It's like a big cloud up in the sky, but then it has a little point that this person is speaking these words. It's called a speech bubble. But in this particular story, we didn't talk. Remember, no one talked in the story. It was all about what we heard. So let's think about some things maybe you heard that you can draw. I'll think about some things I heard and that I do hear every time when I go on a walk. And this morning, even at my house, I mentioned that my lawnmower friends were here, my gardeners, and so they used my lawnmower. So I'm going to start over here with the lawnmower. So I'll do some little wheels. Lawnmowers have wheels, and they have a little body that goes around them and a little engine up on top. And then here it has a big handle that the workers hold on to. So there's my little, oh, sorry, I don't know what I was doing here. I wasn't showing it to you very well, was I? Sorry about that. So maybe there's my lawnmower. And so I'm going to make a bubble around it, just like I would if it were a speech. But it's not a speech, it's what I heard with my little ears. See my little ears here? I heard a lawnmower. Okay, so another thing I heard, and I hear all the time at my house, are cars. And cars make noise, right? So I'm going to have some cars, some windows, and the door handle, the lights. And I'm going to color it a pretty color, but right now I'm going to put a speech bubble by it because that's what I hear. So let's see, I might use some red on the lawnmower. I like red. And I think for my car, I'll use this pretty color. It's kind of like turquoise, right? So just color in your things the way you want them, whatever you heard. Let's see here. Got a little bit of a hurry and I got out of my lines a little bit. These wheels, of course, are black, just like these wheels are black. Okay, so there's two things I heard. I got room for probably two more over here. One thing I heard, and I hear this a lot at my house, I'm going to draw a fence. And you know, fences sometimes have slats in them, and then I'll just color it in. My fence is brown. Some people paint their fence, but sometimes my fence is brown, or my fence is always brown. And this I can hear even in my own backyard, and that is a pretty bird. There's his tail, there's his beak, there's his tummy, and there's his little feet. And the birds that I've been hearing lots lately are bluebirds. We feed birds in our yard, and so the bluebirds come visit us. Here's their little beak, it's yellow, and their eyes, most birds have tiny little black eyes. So there's one thing I heard. Now what do I need to put around it so I can show it's something I'm thinking about or that I heard? And then maybe you can come up with one more thing over here. Mrs. Howerton's going to move on so we can do some writing. Let's see, what could we say about all of these things to make just a general statement? How about, I hear many things. I hear many things. I like that. So it's a lot of words, and you might need to get help on this. I would get help if I were you, because it's many words. I hear many things. And I didn't have room for my period. It's going to be 4 words. I hear many things. So I know all of you know how to write I by now. What do you hear at the beginning of hear? An H. I hear. What else do you hear? Hear, hear. And what do you hear at the end of it? Hear, an R. And then the last letter that we didn't know was A. That word is hear. I hear. What says M? Many. Men. And then the E's is a Y. The E is a Y. Sounds like E, but it's Y. Many things. And this is that TH sound, which we've heard before. Things. And there's our period and our dot. Let's read it. I hear many things. So I drew 3 things, and let's see if you can draw one that's you and make your picture look like you. All right, we added another great page to our May journal. It won't be long till we start a new journal for June, May, and then June. Okay, goodbye, journal. Talk to you another day. Bye.